Hey everybody, Jordan here. I've gotten a lot of questions how I set up my radios for my helicopters, and here in this video I'm going to show you exactly how my helicopters are set up and all the stuff you need to know about my helicopters, and maybe you can revert them onto yours. Okay, well first we're going to start with showing you which switches, each switches, so you know. This is aileron and DR. This is the rudder right here, the switch. This is the elevator, the gear switch. This is throttle, rudder, aileron, and elevator. And this is throttle hold back here. And this is your timing switch right there. And aux 2, which is 3 switches, but we're not going to talk about aux 2 at all. So let's start with the video. Let's turn this radio on. Let's zoom up into this. Get a good zoom. Let's wait for it to adjust. There we go. Okay, first thing is let's go into the list. As you see, I have my model set. We're going to be working with the Trex 450 Pro model here. Let's go to list. Also make sure, just take a quick moment to look at this. I'm also running 3 minutes for my time. Let's click the list. Okay, let's start up with DR and Expo. As you see, for the rudder, which is that corner switch up in the right hand corner. That's 1 and 2. Down is normally 0 on all of them. 100% movement on all my servos. I'm running Expo in normal just for the rudder, and that just makes it a little bit smoother. It's not much of an effect, but it helps just a tad bit for smoothness around center. Let's move on to, as you can see also, you can see all these are inhibited. Take a quick look at it. Here's my graph. And let's click on to next one. Let's go to aileron, which is the upper right hand switch on the front face. As you see, when I click it, it changes between 1 and 2. We're not going to be using position 2 because we don't have a 3 position switch. I run 15% expo on normal and 100% movement. I normally don't use dual rates, so I have all my switches facing forward in normal. So here's 15% expo for aileron, 100% movement on the servo. Here's my graph. And then take a quick look at that. Let's go to the next one, elevator. Again, running 15% expo. There's my graph. And like I said, we are not using a 3 position switch, so we don't use 2, and 1 I never use, so it's not set up. But you could set it up. Take a quick look at this, all inhibited. Let's go back to list, the list button, reverse switch. I've got throttle set to normal, channel 2 reverse, channel 3 normal, rudder reverse, gear is normal, channel 6 is normal, aux 2 is normal, aux 3 is normal, and aux 4 is normal. Let's go back to the list. Next one is subtrim. Only reason you do this is make your servos 90. After you install your servo horns, is 90s you can get them 90 by using subtrim. Your numbers will be a lot different than mine, so don't copy these unless you want weird looking or weird off servos. Do it by doing it yourself, and the only ones you should be using is channel 2, channel 3, and channel 6 on a 450 Pro, unless you're using a different kind of camera or something, which I'm not using. This is just a basic stock 450 Pro with just a couple upgrades. Let's go back to the list. Go traffic adjustment. Only ones you're really going to want to adjust are channel 2, channel 3, gear, and channel 6. These 2, 3, and 6 you only use to make sure your servos are moving perfectly, so that one's not moving farther than the other, so they all move the same. No drift when you're popping the sticks or moving around. Gear is my my gyro switch, so as I switch back and forth, it switches between rate mode here and heading hold there. So as you can see, I'm using 36%. Gyro holds great. Next one, let's go back to list. Let's go to swatch mix. I'm running 3 servo 120 ccpm setup. Here's my aileron 60%, elevator 60%, pitch 50%, and expo is inhibited. Let's go back to list. Throttle hold, so you have to make sure that the switch is in act or else it won't work, and highly recommend using throttle hold, or else if you hit the throttle stick or idle up, your helicopter will start up on you when you're holding it. Very dangerous. Make sure your percentages are at 0. You don't have to. You can use the -5. I use 0, less complicated. Stick auto and hold delay are used mostly. The only one I use is hold delay, and that's on my nitro. You can look at that video later. So just make sure that hold position is 0 and switch is set to act. Take a quick look at that. Okay, let's go to throttle curves. First one, okay. Take a quick look. This is stunt 1. Actually, let's start with normal first. As you can see, I'm running for my first point 0, second point, point L is 0, point 1 is 60%, point 2 is 75%, point 3 is 80%, point 4 and 5 are inhibited, and point H is 90% for normal. As you see, this curve should go up quick so that you don't have any tail jerk. It gets your speed up as quick as you can, so you have less issues with tail moving side to side from torque. Okay, expo is on to make it nice and smooth and curved. If you have it off, it's going to make it all crooked. This just makes it more smooth. That's normal mode for throttle curves. Here's stunt 1. Expo's off. Really don't need any expo in that unless you want a curve like that. Really doesn't matter. Here's stunt mode 2. Take a quick look. As you see, 100% flat curve, and not much of a difference. I'm running a V curve on my stunt 1, but I really don't use stunt 1 very often. So take a quick look at each one of these. Okay, let's go to the next one. Hit list. Next thing is pitch curve. Okay, as you can see, here's normal. The normal in normal mode starts off in 40%, goes to 50, and then 100. 50 is 0.3 on all my setups is 50%. Just to give you an idea, that's half stick. And if I move this to half stick right here, you'll see the bar moves up and down, and that would be half stick right there. Okay, there you go. Take a quick look at that. Let's go to stunt 1, all linear. Expo's obviously off. Stunt 2, set up exactly the same way, and hold exactly the same way, set up all linear besides normal mode. Go back to list. Revo mix, don't do anything with that. Gyro sensor, I keep inhibited because I'm using the gear switch. Mix the throttle, I don't use it, not necessary. Mix 1 through mix 6 I don't use. Only on my 700 will I show you a cool trick to make your engine shut off without dialing down your pitch. Okay, trainer, don't worry about. Timer, you have to activate that. Once you activate that, I normally set my models for 3 minutes, keeps your battery safe, and I run hard, so I normally run my batteries down in 3 minutes. So if you want to, 3 minutes seems to be a great amount. Doesn't tire your brain that quick, and you seem to be more refreshed on the next flight and not so drowsy from focusing too long. So 3 minutes seems to be the magic point on a 450. Stick set to act. Make sure your timer is going down, not up, which it really doesn't matter. Depends whatever you want to do. Don't know what integ T means. It must just mean the time that how much time you use this thing for. I think it's like 26 hours or something on this. So let's go back to list and monitor. That's my screen, as you can see. If I move my stick, this is the throttle. This is moving the rudder. This is the aileron, the elevator. This is the elevator, DR switch, aileron, DR switch, gear switch, and rudder switch, aux 2, throttle hold. You get the whole point. Let's go back to list, back to the main screen. Enter. Okay, yeah, I mean, you guys can see that's pretty much all you need to know about this helicopter. And as you see, it's going down, so we can shut that down and hit clear for the time. And there you go. That's my Trex 450 Pro radio setup. Hope you guys enjoy this video and it helps you guys a lot. Comment, rate, and subscribe. Thanks.